Hopefully, there we go. Hopefully you guys should be able to hear us on YouTube. This is my first time doing a YouTube stream. It didn't seem that hard. I wanted to bring it over here instead of on Twitch because Twitch is now Aeon Wolf and this is now Kobold DM Aeon, just Aeon Kobold DM. I think that's a better separation of who's who and what's what, so I think it's better for us here to be on this channel. And it also makes it really easy for me to just upload the stream because it just goes on to YouTube instantaneously. So that'd be really nice. I won't forget about it anymore. And wait, you guys have to wait a week for me to actually upload it. So yeah, a bunch of other things, of course, but the main reason, separating things out properly, and this being the Pathfinder side of my life, and then Twitch is my other side of my life. So yes. That being said, we are back, we are here, and I do believe we need a recap from somebody in the party. Who's going to do it today?
Me, unless somebody needs it or wants it. Okay.
Oops, hold on. Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm just fixing the weird stream stuff.
Okay, there we go. So, we started out having just gained the blessing of Pharasma for the sake of our village. It's the first of 3 blessings that we would need to relight the eternal lantern in order to protect our village. 2 more remained to be chosen. We discussed our options and agreed on Daikitsu, the Lady of Foxes, who has a small temple in the farmlands, and Nalinavati, sort of a Nagaji goddess, who has a shrine in the Wizard Tower on the northeast side of town. Daikitsu kind of representing old-fashioned things and tradition, and Nalinavati representing the arcane, as well as maybe looking for new solutions to things as well. And both of them together very much about helping those who are in need in community. Well, the 9-ear shrine of Daikitsu was untouched by the evils we were facing. We entered, and Baozin led a prayer ritual for Daikitsu with Yuga's support, as well as of the priestess that was in quiet prayer there. She approved of our intent and aided us. We needed to reach the north side of town to get to the other shrine, which was in I made a typo. the Odon's home, the Wizard Tower.
Mm-hmm.
We needed to find a way to cross the Siba River. We approached the dam first, quickly concluded we couldn't cross that way. We instead found a boat and attempted, against our better judgment, to cross by water. Angry spirits of the drowned capsized our boats, but we were able to pacify them and get to shore. When we started to then pass the Hand of Spring Clinic, we heard shouts and noises. We rushed in to investigate and found another guardian spirit, a gecko Ibuki, and an ally of Shugo, our own guardian spirit, who's a dragon, under attack by big centipedes and a viper. We protected him as well as those hiding in the clinic, got some supplies, and ensured the safety of several people, including the Audon's sister. We continued our way toward the Mother's Coil Wizard Tower, the Audon's home. But on the way there, the moon began to shine crimson and bathe the town in a really creepy red light and unsettling rain. We managed to get there and took shelter for the night after praying for Nalinavati's blessing. In the morning, we visited old Granny Hugh at the Trade Lodge. She provided us some really useful information. The evil monsters appeared to be coordinated by an entity with a name. Modochiu? I don't know. We were asked to rescue Granny Hugh's grandchildren, who may have been caught outside. They were stuck in a trap, and we freed them, along with my notes forget to mention who was with them. But we crossed the river once more, with no problems this time, Headed to the south end of the bridge, where the Eternal Lantern rests, with a plan and a jar of sleep-inducing tea. Unfortunately, it didn't fully work on him, and he began to threaten our lives, with Yuga being the closest one.
That is right. And as you all are up here, at least Shugo had the idea to go with you without you being completely unprotected at this very moment, but you guys don't have much time before Gurgle Gut, this drunkard Buso, this goblin-like figure that seems to lord over all the other gremlins and has made a throne for himself on the trash heaped up, well, blood-stained cloths and otherwise. And you couldn't stand for that. You thought to make him unconscious with that drugged wine, but instead he seemed to have pushed straight through it. Some sort of fortitude allowed him to avoid its worst effects. And now he's angry, and now he is lashing out. So I'm going to put on some music here as we get started.
Before we head into combat,
Yes.
Because I have some bizarre quirks about me. Since I'm investigating a lead about the toppled lantern, would this creature, quote unquote, be able to give me answers about that?
Yes, it would.
Gotcha. Just for the record, that means I get to use the Wiser's stratagem as a free action.
Correct, yes. This is directly a creature that is stopping you, like, right next to the Eternal Lantern. It's literally sitting right there, so I will say
Alright.
yes, for this it works. Investigators always have to ask their DMs about it, but yes, for this it works. I'm pretty open about it, but anyway, let me turn the music up just a little bit. There we go. I need to have him attack. I still forgot turn markers. They will become baseline in Foundry version 13, but aren't right now. He is going to immediately try to grab a hold of Yuga. I said stay close to me so I can cut you. I want to feel it. "17. He's very sickened from all that wine he's been drinking. But I believe that still gets a hold of you.
That good, yes.
Mm-hmm. So, with that, he is going to then start try to get rid of some of that sickness, actually, from the alcohol. He's going to use a fortitude save for it.
No, not me.
Though I believe he fails. Let me just double check the DC for this circumstance. DC, not going to tell you, but that is lower than that. Alright, so. He fails that, but he's still going to lash out with his kukri at 4 because of grabbing you. I believe he still gets you because you are off guard and because of the agile trait.
I will cry.
Lashes straight into you for 9 damage there. It's a good chunk of your health.
It's a flesh wound.
He stabs into you, blood leaks through your cloak just a bit. It's not a deep cut,
Entire flesh.
but it's close. That'll be his turn. The other gremlins do seem to be wary of joining the fight next to their drunkard overlord. They'd rather just watch and let him do the dirty work. Yeah, Dawn, your turn.
Mm-hmm. I will do exactly what one would expect me to do, and that is to spend 3 actions moving over.
Okay.
I'm here.
All the way into the fight, out from the bushes. A little bit unexpected to all the rest there. More reason for them to stay back, it seems. Now, Shugo, what do you do?
Well, on-hand him immediately. And correct me if I'm wrong, but would repositioning him break the grapple on Yuga?
Correct, yes. Any forced movement breaks grapples.
So he's going to reach out with his claws and kind of attempt to wrap them around this guy's wrist to pull him free.
Mm-hmm. And remember, reposition doesn't allow you to follow them. Shove does, though.
So if I were to move him straight here to the square, would that break the grapple or
Oh,
not?
yeah,
Because
it
he's
would.
still in reach. Okay, that was my main question.
Okay, you're good. As you grab him with a claw and rake him to the side, he sort of stumbles with that drunken sort of gait to him and breaks free from the grapple. I wasn't playing with you yet.
I will not allow you to harm these people. And he's going to try to knock him prone.
Okay, this will be at map.
Yep.
Though you doubt he's very sure-footed after all that wine. It might just be enough. No, you've already overexerted yourself. He's sort of steeling himself for any other movement and prevents you from doing it.
Unfortunate. So he's just going to follow up with a claw swipe with his agile claws.
Alright.
Maybe it will work, maybe it won't.
Map 8 isn't so bad. But with an 11 on the dice, it won't cut it.
That's all three of my actions. He's trying to keep him away from his allies.
Mm-hmm. You go.
Cool. I do not like being here.
Okay.
So I choose to not be here.
To the back
And
of the
I
others.
start moving.
Okay.
And since it would not do very well for me to fall in battle, I'm going to protect myself with some magic.
Alright.
Go. Got my just kind of. I don't. There we go. Like that. That will
Exactly
be a full
going
heal 'cause
to.
I'm like tiny.
Let yourself continue to bleed. You patch up the wound, closing up that slice to your chest. Alright.
Yep, that's a full turn.
Bows in. You've also started a little bit further away as your allies went ahead.
Yes. I'm going to spend one action commanding my familiar, and probably 2 moving.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm not
My
gonna follow
familiar does have a higher movement speed of 40 because of a familiar ability.
Mm-hmm.
So position it there. So that's all 3 of my actions, both of her actions. Okay, I'm done.
Alright. As you rush into the fray as well, we go back to Gurgle Gut. I wasn't playing with you. Probably nothing underneath those stone scales of yours. Won't be any fun. But after our is going to try again to get rid of that sicken modifier. This time, succeeding, removing 1 of them. Down to second 2. But, as I was saying, I'm going to gut your friends after I'm done shattering you. He's going to try an intimidation check against you, Shigu. Which will not critically succeed, I don't believe. You have a pretty high will. Just regular. So, I will add Frighten to you. He's then going to go for a straight melee strike with the Kukri. Which will definitely hit you. 6 on the dice, plus 6, total of 12. It's a nasty cut into your scales. You, for the first time, feel certainly a little bit of the heat. That pressure, that strangeness. You're not so familiar with physical damage to your body. Weird. But, you then go to Leodon, as you've arrived.
Leodon is watching with fury as he actually lands a pretty solid blow on Shugo, and is going to start his turn with a quick tincture first.
Alright.
He's going to make a mutagen for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Which he immediately imbibes.
Okay, quickly. Getting that down. Cognitive mutagen. Your mind feeling a little bit more sharp.
Shoot. quickly track that back end because I didn't get the effect from using it.
Yep, don't press the use button because it just deletes the item for some reason. But yes.
Alrighty, with his mind now sharpened, he will pursue a lead.
Okay.
Excuse me, devise a stratagem.
Alright. Similar. $14. Okay.
And of course, I get a recall knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
What would I have to roll for that?
Oh yes, for this guy, it would be a society-based check.
Huh. With my 14, I, by the way, will go for an attack stratagem.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, you don't know much about Busos. You know there may be forest-dwelling creatures of some sort, but other than that, you can't quite tell. You failed the recall knowledge there.
That is very annoying. That still leaves me with one more action, I believe.
Yes, yeah. You can attack.
Which I will, yeah, blow on my attack.
Slashing the whip out towards them. It will hit. Cracking out at their side, sending them reeling back from it. But they seem pretty formidable. They're not going nearly down from something like that. Alright, that'll be you. Shugo.
Shugo's gonna look down where he was stabbed by the Kukri and look confused for a moment before bringing his attention back to him. I will keep you occupied as long as I need to. And he's gonna open his mouth and bite him.
Alright.
Kind of spectral copy following suit.
You've been a spirit for so very long, you sort of call onto that fragment of yourself to also aid your strikes. That definitely hits. Thanks in part by their stumbling stance at the moment. 13 total damage.
You know what? I'm gonna try to knock them broken.
Okay.
Might as well use athletics. Might not be great.
Actually kinda hurt. He sort of like stumbles too much and overthrows you, actually. You are sent reeling to the ground, prone.
Well, we can't have that, and Shugo's gonna get back up immediately.
Okay. At the end of the turn, you lose your frame there. Yuga, back to you.
Okay, I'm going to try going on the offensive this time slightly. I'll shoot out a beam of Holy Spiritual Light.
Mm-hmm. Shoot this out. Again, because they're still seeking 2. They haven't gotten rid of all of it. You're able to hit. With a pretty
Nice.
decent blow from Pharasma's lance. Sort of a dagger shot through the air. Or takes the
Cool.
shape of one, at least.
I will actually guidance Shugo for this.
Okay.
And
Okay.
turn.
A little bit of divine guidance. Alright. Thousand, as you have approached the fight here.
Alrighty. Oh, oop, that is the wrong thing.
Here, I can get rid of it. Oh, there you go.
That was the wrong tool. I need to double check one thing. 15 feet. Alrighty, I'm gonna start my turn by casting Patron's Puppet, just to get my familiar to move a bit closer.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna use one action. Actually, for the familiar balanced luck, I want to put that on Shugo to
Yes.
increase his AC. I'm going to use one action to stride closer. Then I'm going to target our foe with a cast of fear.
Mm-hmm. Without their mind could
Showing
be...
him another time, something he could have been, something that he would consider horrendous, likely somebody who looked good. Ugh.
I don't care all that much like this. I am who I am. No matter what happens. A little bit frightened still, though. Frightened one.
Visions of sobriety.
However, this doesn't stack with a thickened value. I should let you know.
I did not know that. Okay.
So we can rewind.
No, I will take the consequence.
Okay. Either way, he's frightened for the moment. You go back to him. I'm playing with you. He's gonna rush up into the fray betwixt Laodon and Baozin. He's going to just start lashing out first for Laodon with the kukri, but he's overextended himself quite readily there. But then the alcohol starts coming up again. Drank so much. That's his turn though. Still sickened too.
Yaldeon is gonna rub his temples to like just really increase his focus and just figure out what this fellow is. I think there was another stratagem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a skill stratagem right there.
Okay.
And yep.
You're not sure what to say about him. Can't quite tell.
I haven't found anything in the books about you. Could you tell me something little about yourself?
What?
I was gonna try asking nicely.
Why should I care?
That's a good point. Yes. And he's just going to spit at him,
Okay.
like using his venomous spit, basically.
Mm-hmm. As you spit, he's able to sort of dodge aside for the moment. Okay.
One more action, and I will continue hiding behind Shugo.
I think the sugar's back. Shugo. Allies finally arrived and are enhancing you. What do you do?
Shugo's gonna step up. I didn't say you could go after him. And I'm gonna start with a bite.
A lashing bite with stone jaws. 14 definitely hits. Close to a natural 20. 7 on the dice, plus your modifiers, 14 total. He's looking really bad. All of a sudden, you see a lot of the wounds open up and reveal themselves to you.
I'm just gonna try to finish this off as well. Another
Okay,
bite. I'm gonna be using the guidance this time for a +1.
good call. Another quick bite, another 14. This will hit. I just statue. But
Good damage roll.
inevitably, he does fall from the ferocious biting and clawing that you give to him. He turns around trying to defend himself, but you bring him to the ground and rip him apart. As he gurgles his last, all the other gremlins shriek and rush off into the distance, scattering, not reforming in any way, not going downtown, for that matter. That'll be that, as you guys defeated Gurgle Gut.
Shugo just kind of stands over the body of this guy. So what exactly is this thing? Do any of you know?
Terrifying is what that was.
Ugly.
Drunk
That's what I would
is
say.
what I would say.
And it looks like all the little ones ran off, luckily.
Can I make like one final attempt to figure out just what he is?
Sure.
Can I aid that with either occultism or an appropriate check?
Yeah, sure.
I should have rolled for myself. Oh, never mind.
It's
It's
fine, you can help each other. Now you realize, actually, because of Baozin's aid, you get a critical success. This is Abuso. This is a tree-dwelling creature that are known for their simmering desire to consume the flesh of others. They sort of have all these tastes for things and mix roots and leaves in with cannibalism, essentially. And, well, this one seems to be just evidently a part of the invading force for some reason. You're not sure why. What do you want to know? 2 things about Busos.
Give me a special ability and any weaknesses they might have.
They have no weaknesses, but for some strange reason, well, their connection to leaves and plants allows them to enlarge or shrink plants of their choice. Could even be a plant creature. But that's about it. They're not too special. Certainly didn't come up in this fight.
Now don't obviously realize that. And I do wonder what a tree-dwelling gourmet like this is doing here.
I'll be right back. I need to let the dog out of my room.
Let the dogs out.
Aside from guarding our lantern, well, I do believe some mention was made about some kind of a mastermind. I don't think something like this would have done this on his own, right?
Certainly not. This thing only seemed to have one interest: drinking stuff.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Give yourselves 80 experience points for slaying Gurgle Gut, and 80 experience points for avoiding the fight with the other gremlins. Total of 160.
I think that brings us up to 700.
Yeah, 700 flat.
yes. Because we were at 540 at the end of last session, and 160 now.
You look across the bridge, you see a mist-shrouded downtown. And you think, just barely on the edges of your vision, you see bodies in the mist. Those slain attempting to escape downtown. It seems like the center of the assault was on, well, the center of town. That's seemingly where most of the killing occurred, most of the deaths. A lot of those people you might have known, or walked by. You might have bought food from them when you went downtown, or a new set of clothes. But now, at this moment, with the mist shrouding it, you wouldn't dare enter it.
There's only one more thing to do at this moment.
Yes. Relight the lantern.
We can worry
off
about
his
our feelings afterward.
Alright. You step up to the Eternal Lantern. Something you all didn't give too much mind to, as it's just the sort of centerpiece of old men's tales. Old Matsuki would always talk about its lighting ceremony in ages past by Zihui, the Sangpo-chi mystic that's basically founded this town about 100 years ago. And this lantern was granted to the town as a gift for all the work they did in creating the monastery for the Sangpo-chi mystics up the hill. And it is with this lantern that your town has certainly had its prosperity protected. It is said to ward off the mists and spirits of the Spectre Wood. The Spectre Wood is the region of Shenmen that you are all within here, and it's certainly known for its unusual spiritual activity. higher than normal for Tianzia, even though Tianzia is a very spiritually active area in general. The lantern has warded them off for time immemorial, at least to your minds. And now, for as long as anyone can remember, it's unlit for the first time in forever. You see the 3 ancient copper coins still laying. Actually, no, you don't see them laying in there. You actually see them scattered in the dirt, amongst the pile of detritus left behind by Gurgle Gut. And as you search it, you also find a few other things left behind. Treasures. Deck of cards. Scepter with some semi-precious stones, and of course, the 3 ancient copper coins that once held the blessings of Callistria, Shelin, and I'm forgetting the third one. Maybe one of you has it written down. The original 3. Oh, Callistria, Desna, and Shizuru. Those are the original 3 blessings that were placed upon the altar 100 years ago.
I don't remember Shizuru.
Shizuru is basically the imperial god of the court of Tianzia, the sort of court of gods that are unique to Tianzia.
Okay.
Shizuru is the head of that court, essentially.
Kind of symbolizes the sun and heavens.
Yes, correct. And you guys know Callistria and Desna. They're pretty standard across the world of Galarian. Callistria being lust, revenge, that sort of thing. Desna being, of course, stars, dreams, freedom, that sort of thing as well.
Well, Bowsin, Leodon, let's do this.
Of
and
course.
I place the coin. Hold on. I placed the coin, blessed by Pharasma, in the lantern.
Okay.
I follow suit, placing my coin in as well.
Liaodon gingerly places the coin inside the lantern, seeing as it's kind of an important thing and he doesn't want to break it any further.
Say,
Okay.
should we add these old ones to the pile as well?
I don't think they'll do as much good now. Are they still magic? Are they still infused?
They seem
I-
like regular copper coins.
I think I would actually like to add them anyway. Even if they don't hold any power, they're still symbolic of building off of what came before us.
Hmm.
Shugo nods to that and collects the 3 coins after digging through the pile for a few moments.
I can't help but wonder though, is it just that the magic of these coins faded, or were they just taken out and everything spiraled from that?
Wow, that is a wonderful question.
I wouldn't think that something of a divine blessing would just burn up and disappear.
Shugo's gonna hold the coins up to Bazin first. Do you wish to take a look at these first?
Yes.
I am not well versed in these matters, unfortunately.
I'm not the best at divine, but I could aid another more. I could aid Yuga in a religion check.
I'll certainly add my expertise as well. But you'll have it.
Alright, yeah, if this is a religion check, I'm all in.
I'm assuming it's a religion check because these are coins that were blessed by deities.
Yes, of course, it'd be religion.
I
Fantastic.
will roll an aid.
So will I.
Pretty good aid, I think.
Oh, it rolled over a 20 and then back onto the 14. I'm
Still
so sad.
pretty
I feel
good.
cheated.
Yuga, with everyone else's input, do you feel as though the coins that were removed, your best guess is that the blessing was broken once the town was attacked? Especially after all these years, it may have been flimsy at best. And, well, blessings don't last forever, it seems. That's, again, your best guess without other knowledge to help you here. And you're not sure that they would do much if you placed them back in, unless they got blessed again. But leaving them there for symbolic value couldn't hurt.
Yes, that's basically all I think, really. It wouldn't help in any way. I don't think we could get the blessing back in this way. I don't think they're necessarily hurting anything. And, I just think it would be nice.
I am inclined to agree.
Okay. So, you have your blessed coins, you have the old ones. What do you guys do at the moment?
We should go north. Well,
We need
Yes,
to
north.
we need to
Ish.
relight the lantern.
yes.
See a little latch on the side of it to open up the grill.
Yep.
Does anyone have a flint and steel on them or something else to light it with?
I have prestidigitation. Can that be used to? No.
Okay, well, I do have flint and steel. I can do that.
Have you guys placed the coins inside?
Oh, I can make a crude flint and steel.
Yes.
Yes.
I place it first, then bows in, and then the other.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Same order that we
Missed
did the blessings.
Shugo's gonna put the 3 other coins in there too, just for good
Okay.
measure.
So you place them all in. The blessed coins seem to glow brighter and brighter. You close the grill to allow it to do its thing, and you notice all around you the mists, that mirage mist where there seem to be things at the corner of your vision every so often and sort of made you a little bit on edge, suddenly dissipates. Streaming outwards, this light from the lantern seems to pierce all of the fog. All the fog that seems to lie over the town lifts mostly. There's still this mist that pervades the town, but most of the worst of it, most of the thick portion of it, has burned away at this moment, revealing, certainly, a ruined town. There are fires here and there, not major ones, more smoldering buildings. There are, here and there, places toppled, wagons broken, bodies strewn up and down roads and floating in the river. It's going to take a while to rebuild. But for now, you still have to liberate downtown. Give yourselves
And
80
nobody's
experience
liberating
points.
anything, Shugo. Until I see to your wounds.
My wounds? Oh, you mean this thing? He's gonna point to where he was stabbed.
Should we call the mason?
I do not know.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of my tinctures could also fix you up good. If you work how I think you work. Unless Yuga wants to just patch you up himself.
You may have a moment to rest. Bowser might want to refocus as well.
Yes, I agree. Refocusing would be a good idea.
I'm certainly going to attempt medicine.
Alright. It's a little bit different, certainly, looking at him, but underneath a layer of stone, you do see flesh and blood. The blood is blue, strangely enough, and the flesh is a little bit less of a red color because of that, so it's more like a stony-ish, but altogether still flesh and blood. You can patch it up.
Yeah, a little bit of educated guesswork here, but I do believe I have this.
For healing.
For her.
sure. It helps. A little bit.
Feels extremely strange to me.
That would make
Now,
sense.
if we sit around doing nothing for another 50 minutes,
It's more
or
that
we
you
could
can't
move.
think of another way to help him at this point.
yeah.
Give me just a second, and I'll brew us something up real quick. I'm gonna quickly make us an elixir of life using my quick tincture,
Okay.
which I will obviously then feed to Shugo.
Wait, what are you doing with that?
It's something that'll make you feel better. Don't worry, I'm not one to feed poisons to others. These are purposefully.
Another 5 healing gets you up to full.
I love when the 1d6 is stronger than the 2d8.
Have a dice roll. But feel a lot better actually, Shugo. You had this sense of weakness after having been wounded, and now you don't feel it anymore.
Thank you, both of you.
It's nothing. You're doing a splendid job protecting us, so we may as well return the favor.
You guys consider your next
Indeed.
moves. The town seems to beckon across the Dawnstep Bridge. The day is still pretty young today. You've been at it for maybe half the day. But a lot of that has been walking around. Downtown is certainly more condensed.
There's much we need to do still. Let us cross the bridge, unless any of you have anything you wish to do further still.
No,
we should
bridge
cross
it
the
is.
And for relighting the internal lantern, give yourselves 80 experience points. You mentioned it earlier, but might have missed it.
Oh, if you mentioned that, I did not hear it before. 80
Yeah.
now. Okay.
So you're at 780 at the moment.
Did the mist around downtown disperse at all? Can we see any better what's going on over there?
A little bit better, yes, but it still seems quiet. You might see flitting here and there, a little gremlin, but otherwise it seems to have all settled in, whatever's happening. There's not like a huge army of gremlins sort of mustering. It seems eerily quiet and sparse of creatures. At least on its outside, exteriors rather.
I believe we should check the governor's house. See what actually happened there.
However, in that 10 minutes, you guys were sitting here. You are approached just as you're crossing the bridge. You hear shouting from behind you. Oh, wait there, just a second.
Oh, let's hold, friends.
You see Hayaha from Old Matsuki's, and the first person you saved in all of this, returned to you. Ah, good that I caught you before you started rushing off. Old Matsuki noticed, that you, relit the lantern and sent me immediately on your way. He had prepared supplies for you. Now that we don't need them to protect everyone else, and the only thing left is downtown, he thought you might need the support here. And she pulls out a satchel filled with potions and crystals, in fact. These crystals, they will enhance your weapons. Use them wisely. As for these, well, you should know the red tinge of a healing potion.
Oh my goodness, this is quite a quantity.
Yes, they'll do well for you. They'll keep
Hi,
you going.
I have good news for you. We found your daughter. She is safe.
Oh, you did. Good, good. After finding my husband, I knew there was more of a chance that my daughter would be doing well, especially in the hands of old Granny Hugh. I assume they've holed up on the other side of town, yes?
Yes, that's right.
Seeing as the lake might still be a little bit dangerous, and, well, this bridge leading directly into downtown, we won't be able to reunite just yet. But once you do your business in downtown, once you defeat the rest of the monsters there, we'll be reunited thanks to you. Again, I can't explain how much I appreciate everything you've done. And everyone has been appreciating your work. We're still holed up at Old Matsuki's. There's still creatures roaming around here and there, so we're gonna make sure everyone stays safe until this is all over. You seem all uniquely ready to deal with this. And there's only a few of us guards remaining. Better for us to stay behind and protect those who can't protect themselves.
I agree entirely. That is where you'll be most helpful.
Yes, of course. Yeah, though, I'm really not going to use it. You should take it back here. She's going to give you that signal flare. Or that signal bolt. What the heck was it called? And she's going to give you her crossbow as well. If you find yourself in deep trouble that you can't escape from, send this flare up into the sky, and I'll muster a few of the guards to come and aid you. But only if you're sure you might die without it. Otherwise, you might put our other civilians at risk.
Right. I take it into my hands. I pray that we will not have to use it.
Let's see, bolt. It was a light bolt of some sort. I forget actually exactly what I hear. I want to look this up. Let me just find it. Mr. Watchtower. He had shining bolt. A shining ammunition. There we go. Added it to your party inventory there. There we go. Okay, we're all set. Now, divvy those out for yourselves. Make sure you do. It would be less useful to you if you had to dig around in your main pack in the middle of a fight. I'll let you to it. She rushes off.
I'm no good at using one of these in a fight myself, but my hands are generally free. I wouldn't mind being the one to hold on to it.
I'm actually a pretty mean shot with a crossbow, and I can use it pretty well for my whole honing in on people's weaknesses.
Oh, would you like to carry it then?
By all means. I was gonna ask you that, actually.
I have no use for these gems. I rely on my magic. Well,
So that's for the two of you then.
Shugo will definitely take a few of these crystals.
Sure. As many as you need. It would certainly enhance that crossbow too, Leodon. He left behind a few bolts, so just fill out some bolts in your inventory. You know I don't track ammunition.
I don't have a crossbow to shoot them with, but you know.
Oh, I thought
Throw them. Like
she gave one
darts.
to, she gave her crossbow to you guys, so just add a crossbow, regular crossbow to your inventory.
Gotcha.
Crossbows are quite often used in these parts as well, so might be finding more of them in the future.
What would count as a regular? Oh no, wait, there's a regular crossbow. Excuse me.
Mhm.
There you go. It's a simple weapon.
There are some that aren't so simple in TNZI. Might be ways that you can make use of a crossbow. Anyway.
Maybe. So I can use a crossbow, but like, not well.
I was surprised to find out that stratagem actually works with ranged weapons.
Oh yes, it definitely does. I one of my first campaigns that I played in, just to check it out, was I played an investigator who used a rifle, a gun. Because investigators are pretty good at choosing when they want to shoot or not shoot, so they don't waste the ammo and have to reload when it was never going to happen in the first place.
I
Oh, that's
like
cool.
that.
Oh, that is
That's
cool.
actually a really good reason to use the investigation feature. Ammunition.
That's what I built it for. But either way, downtown beckons. You guys may proceed when you wish to. Just move your tokens over.
So, a technicality thing. The potency crystal has to be attached to like a weapon. I don't have a weapon.
You have hand wraps, which count as a weapon to attach something to.
Okay, so just the basic hand wraps that don't have a +1. I would
Yes.
assume. Okay. Shugo's going to take one of these crystals and kind of stick it between one of his armored plates or something.
I was thinking into his teeth.
He's not missing any teeth though.
Or maybe he just has it in his mouth like chewing gum.
Sure, he puts it in his mouth, and I'm gonna take 10 minutes to affix the crystal before we can move on.
Alright. As you affix that. And head off towards downtown. Let me get you all to downtown, actually. You arrive on the southern end of downtown, luckily avoiding the worst of the creatures, maybe those that ran off, warned the others, other gremlins or whatever. But you also notice some of the centipedes, those giant centipedes that you've been seeing invading the town, are also fleeing away from you, not saying anything. It seems as though lighting that lantern has shifted the minds of those creatures that, well, were abnormally shifted before. Might not be dealing with them anymore. Now, welcome to downtown Willowshore.
This is horrible.
We should try to find any survivors when we can.
It's a good idea.
So often you see busted windows, a body here and there. A lot of these buildings don't seem all that interesting as you're approaching, though you do remember that you should be seeing the barracks soon enough if you follow this road.
There may be survivors
go to the
there.
Barracks first. It's possible that people rallied there.
It's probably the most secure location.
Something strange as well. You all look to your right, expecting to see the massive manor, Governor's Manor, on the edge of the shoreline here. But all you see is a completely empty lot. Even the grass itself seems to have been torn away, leaving only earth behind. And you also notice you see a plinth out front. Not two. You only see one. Empty, devoid of Shugo. Remember, that's where Shugo stood, right in front of the governor's manor. Now it is empty.
Maybe we should take a look at the manor first before we go to the barracks. It is right here.
And I do worry that if these gremlins and whatever other creatures are lurking about found the barracks first, that they might be a bit heavily armed now.
Just as an FYI for you, Aeon, we see like markers on the ground.
Yes, so those markers, they're not traps. So you're not seeing anything you shouldn't see. Those lead into the quote-unquote zoomed-in version of that section, that district of town.
That's really
It's,
neat.
yeah, Foundry got a little bit fancy with their maps for this module. So, yeah. If you want to enter a area like that, looks to be the barracks to you. You see a little watchtower out in front, and the big barracks building itself and the stable grounds behind it. So if you want to go in there, you just walk in there.
Neat.
This area, can we cross over this in the middle here?
It's seemingly, at this point, a 10-foot cliff going downwards. You would have to climb, and if you failed to climb, you might get damaged a little bit.
That might kill me.
We do not want that. We can go to the barracks first and then loop around the long way. Not being able to fly is so inconvenient.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what a terrible, tragic shame.
I mean, you can fly just one time, then never again.
That's more of falling.
Well, until you hit the ground, it's flying.
Let us check out the barracks first then while we are here.
Yes.
Okay. Move your tokens in. Not sure exactly what it'll do to you guys, but it might immediately load, right?
Immediately loading downtown jail.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, fancy.
Hey, did it right.
And it should put you in where you entered the scene. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
All right. So, to get a little bit closer to the building, get a little bit more of a sense for things. You're next to a watchtower right here, though its four corners, its sort of stairs here, lead up to what seem to be barricaded doors. There's not much that you can do to enter it here, it seems.
We can assess the situation from the outside, I think.
Yes, I can open any doors that need to be opened though, one way or another probably. I would prefer not to.
As you're stepping here, it's pretty quick that you notice a stench, a horrible stench coming from the stables. You see the large doors with their little iron bar windows. You don't see any horses, at least poking their heads through them.
Oh boy.
I don't
That's a
like that.
bad sign. Up here a little
Yeah.
closer. Actually,
I'm gonna go in.
Alright,
Shugo follows quickly behind Yuga.
quickly push the gate
I
open.
wanna take a look.
And as Minako sort
still
of
yourself.
skitters up the door and looks through the window, you see nothing but eviscerated horses. It seems like most died with their eyes wide open, sharing the pain of their last moments. They didn't die easily, and, well, you could determine how they died if you could only get in there and look at one of them at the very least.
I have to do it. I'm gonna try the door.
You open the door, Yuga. Stench wafts out towards you, even worse. But you have a bit of a better view of them. You can roll your medicine check from this distance, It'll be a little bit more difficult if you don't get closer. But getting
I
closer
attempt
is
to get closer.
a little bit worse on the nose.
Yeah.
You get closer and you start observing them. Roll me a medicine check.
Ooh.
So you look over it. You realize that there are these horrible bite marks in many spots. Their guts were ripped open, and it seems as though something was feeding on them. Something with not really sharp teeth, more flat teeth, strangely enough. Something that's more of an omnivore than a carnivore. You could roll a nature check, perhaps, to try and tell what kind of creature that was. Or telling your allies this, you could also have them maybe try to figure that out.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I explain all of what you just told me with about these bite marks. What do you all think? Is this something any of you might recognize?
I can come take a look at this. Shugo walks in.
You do seem to be an expert in biting stuff.
I need everyone
Well, I
to roll
can assure
initiative.
Zombie horses? Parasites? Oh boy.
Well, I can assure you that I did not bite these creatures.
Something that is as yet hidden, and you're not quite aware of just yet. But initiative is still being rolled to determine if one of you becomes aware of them before they get the jump on you. None of you is. As you're all looking at the horse, you kind of notice that there's a buzzing, that there's a cockroach here and there. But then you start realizing there's more and more and more flooding out from underneath the horse, a swarm of cockroaches. Disgusting as it is. They start flying out towards you, hungrily defending their new home. Add some combat music. Let's do this one. This one's fun. Oops, that's loud, sorry. So, as they rush out, they're immediately going to start biting at both Yuga and Shugo. As they make these swarming bites, I need 2 reflex saves from both of you.
Here we go. 13, not amazing.
For your first, 18 and 21 for Shugo's. For the purpose of it, we'll go to the first ones. Yuga, you're taken by surprise as they start sort of biting at you here and there. They're very small bites, they don't do much, but there's so many of them that it's starting to really actually hurt.
Oh.
Yuga, you take half of this, so you only take 1 damage.
Shugo, you mean?
Or Shugo, yes. Sorry. Yuga, you take 2. Yes. You had it right the first time. Now, roll your second
Why did we
reflex
pick
save.
similar names?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. Roll your second reflex save, Yuga.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
You'll fail this check as well.
12.
Shugo succeeding their second check. Another quick round of swarming bites. This time, they're getting a lot more perches against you. They're getting into your clothes. It's not feeling good to you, Yuga. But that's all they can do at the moment. Yuga, your turn.
Awful.
Hugo, before you go, can I shout at you to step back? Step out?
Uh-huh. I'm not staying in there.
Okay, good, because I have AoE and I don't want to hit you.
That's cool. I don't.
Because the creature is behind all of you now, you can all delay between each other however you want.
Yep, and that's why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna flat out just kind of... I'm going to move 5 spaces north, but I have to reload.
Hit escape.
Too late. So I'm going to move, and I'm going to try shooting them once it's my turn. I'm going to shoot them with my divine lance.
Okay.
I'm in.
This is a very well. This map's not technically as big as the others, but
I don't anticipate this going well, but I have to try.
fling off a divine lance to the creature. It definitely hits. Roll the damage.
You deal moral damage to the cockroach swarm.
Slicing through them and sort of battering against their spirit as a whole. It seems fairly effective, actually.
I express my disappointment at them.
All right, Bowser, your turn.
Alrighty. First, I'm gonna cast. They enforce a reflex save basically, so increasing AC doesn't matter.
Yes, does not matter.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Nudge Fate, targeting Shugo.
Mm-hmm. Just move them so you can do your stuff.
Do we have a buff for that yet? No.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't have that. I need to add that.
And as for the AC bonus or minus, I'll put a minus on the enemy.
Okay, I'll do that myself. -1.
Because I don't have permission. Then, for my other 2 actions, I'm going to cast Haunting Him.
Okay. Unleashing a cone towards them. From where you are, what hit Shugo? It's pretty. He's got high fortitude. He's fine.
What?
Okay. I see now. Oh, come
Cockroach swarm,
on!
though, unfortunately, also seems to have a lot of fortitude on itself. Shugo, not so much.
Oh,
Well, that
I'm
damage.
sorry. I thought this would go a lot differently.
There's a risk to take. Shugo
Shugo
takes a
doesn't like
little bit of
music, it
damage.
seems.
That'll be your turn, I believe.
Yep.
Alright. Now on to Leodon.
Well, gonna do investigator stuff and look at the swarm of cockroaches very
Mhm.
closely.
An unexpected surprise, to be sure.
But a welcome one. That's a skill stratagem.
Okay, turning it towards skill.
I'm assuming that's a nature check for recall
Yeah,
knowledge.
yeah. $18. You understand that this is a swarm of cockroaches. They're... well... they're not happy with you. What do you want to know specifically about them?
Give me their lowest save, which is probably will.
Their low save is their will, yes.
Gotcha.
But they have a swarm of mind, so they're immune to single targets.
As per
Will saves,
usual.
essentially.
I wish I had an AoE will save thing. I will one day. Not yet.
So I will just whip wildly at the swarm and hope for the best. No, wait,
Okay.
I can't because I did a skill
No,
stratagem.
yeah.
I'm going to step to the side
Okay.
and cheer everyone on.
Sure they don't surround you all at the very least. Now, Shugo, in the midst of them.
Shugo kind of swats his claws around. He tries to take a bite out of these cockroaches.
Okay. It doesn't really bother you all that much. You don't have the same feeling about them, but you know they're
Not yet.
dangerous. As you bite into them.
Hold on.
Success.
I was trying to add the extra damage from the potency root crystal. You know what? Whatever. We'll get you some extra damage. Would a 22 be a crit?
22 would not, no.
Okay.
Still a lot of extra damage, actually. 17.
Unfortunately, Nudge Fate cannot increase a hit into a crit.
Yeah, it's only miss into a hit.
And in
Or
the
crit
same
into a
in the same
crit
movement,
down to
ethereal energy kind of wells up within his mouth, and he launches a wave of energy towards the remaining insects.
Okay. The dragon's breath shoots out into all of them. They're pretty tough, as cockroaches
Cockroaches.
usually are, but they fail their save as the spirit energy just wafts over them, fries them, their spiritual core, which is thin and weak anyway, and sends them all fluttering to the ground dead, turned over.
That's what I tried.
You blasted poor Shugo instead.
I'm
That'll be the
sorry.
end of that. Give yourselves 60 experience points.
Shugo doesn't seem to mind. He's not like focusing on you, so
I'm so sorry. That was poorly planned.
I do not believe these creatures were brought with the spirits or the invaders.
It seems more like they were drawn after these horses were slain and have been probably lying here for a while.
Opportunists, then?
In a way. But it's definitely not associated with these centipedes and what have not.
Now that Shugo's in here, can he identify the bite marks?
Yeah, roll me a nature check.
Meanwhile, I'll just be over here disinfecting my wounds and kind of bandaging it up.
Hugo, you're not sure. Sure what could have caused these bite wounds. Flat teeth? Not normal.
I'm guessing a +1 probably doesn't help with anything.
Not for these circumstances, no.
Dang.
Well, we can only assume it was more of those gremlin things, or maybe something else.
Mayhaps. Hugo heals themselves.
You know what? We have a ton of healing potions.
That's what they're there for.
Would the healing potion work on you? Those other methods did, so it should.
Yes. Light on here made me drink a potion, and it tasted weird.
What
Taste.
specifically?
Tasting. Anyways.
That should help a lot. Thank goodness.
Alright.
Did Lydon have more for Shugo, or should I drink the healing potion?
Oh, I can quickly make you one. Yes, 1 second.
You guys do have a lot of the minor healing potions, though.
You are right. I'm gonna use the healing potion. You should save your strength and your potions for when they're truly needed.
But they are truly needed right now, no?
Well, you have these potions that are always going to be healing potions, or you have versatile vials. Which could turn into anything, you know? Never know what you might need.
Shugo drinks the potion. You can't stop him.
Fair enough.
Does he look...
He's gotten the taste for them now.
I don't know what this is, but it's wonderful. I'm
However,
addicted to healing potions.
you're not able to identify the bites of the creatures, but maybe you could find their tracks. They couldn't have left without leaving something in all this mud. Excuse the pounding. The trees need to be trimmed on the house. It's windy in Texas.
Well, I guess Shugo would probably think of that. So he will attempt to strategy.
Yeah.
Would this be considered a forested area?
No, this is downtown.
Listen, there's trees.
It's very easy in this mud. And, well, the footprints also seem to leave behind some sort of blood. They're three-toed, pretty wide footprints. And they lead through the yard all the way up to the north, avoiding the barracks itself and seemingly going out into the downtown square. Whatever those creatures are.
You will likely have to deal with these things later. They went around the building here.
In that case, it's something to be aware of for the future, I suppose.
Indeed.
How big are the footprints? Are they kind of like small or like regular people sized?
They're about regular people sized.
It's a shame about these animals, though.
A genuine tragedy.
Sugar just checks each stall to make sure that they're not missing something hiding out in here.
You're not missing all that much as you check over them. Just unfortunately dead horses.
Probably more of those insects within them. We should not disturb them.
Well, let's see if we can get inside.
Go up to this door, Yuga. You test it. Quickly notice it's locked.
It's locked. Hello, is there anybody there?
You don't hear a response.
Maybe there's another door we can try.
You're looking at thick worked stone and iron barred windows on the barracks. It's a veritable fortress in its own right. And this door for you seems to have a really good lock on it. Not sure if any of you has the skill to open it, in fact.
I don't think we have the tools to open it.
Might be right too.
There might be another door on the other side.
Of course,
You'll be
yes.
Then you'll be able to just bash it down with your large dragon-y strength.
Do you want me to try that?
We're probably... Well, time is of the essence, is it not?
I suppose you do need the weapons within. Shugo being goaded into opening this door. He's gonna
Okay.
try to grab the bars and basically pull the door off its hinges. Or were the
Oh.
bars like...
Roll an athletics check.
the sound of your voice.
Well,
Well, if
you
it's the village
pull
guardian doing it, I suppose
and
it's okay.
pull and pull. An iron bounded door like this is not opening, even to you.
Shugo just shakes his head. It seems to be quite thick.
Ah, fiddlesticks.
Come, let's make our way around the building.
Wasn't there like an opening, a window? Or like bars, you said? On the door?
They're not on the door, but there
Okay.
are windows, right? I know you guys can't see them because you're not underneath the roof, but there are iron bonded windows here and there. It's difficult to see in. It's dark on the inside. You could roll a perception check to maybe make out some aspects of what's going on in there.
Sure, I want to take a look through the bars. Because there's
Mhm.
maybe prisoners in here or something.
Well, Shugo, you can look through. Well, I'll say you look through both of them. First, this one on the south, on the smaller section of the building, you peer inside and see what looks to be the armory. Weapons, armor, crossbows, bolts, all of that seem to be strewn about in there, and surprisingly unpilfered. They're all still there. But also not in use, strangely enough, by the guards that should be using them in a situation like this. You look through the north window, and you can just barely make out jail cells. And you maybe think you see a hand sort of hanging through one of the bars of the cells. It's unmoving.
That's not a good sign.
Maybe they were killed by the spirits. But this room over here looks to be full of weapons still.
Maybe Minako could get over there, but I don't think she'd be able to open the door.
Let us continue to go around. It is still
Thank
worth
you.
It's
You
still
guys
worth investigating.
begin to notice a cage, sort of a wooden cage. You remember this being the outdoor prison cell where they just throw drunkards or otherwise when there's a little bit of an overflow in the jail itself. And you realize there are sniveling, crying, weak, moaning villagers, 4 of them, that, well, certainly look like they could use your help. One of them sort of looks up. Hey, you, help us out, maybe. Oh. Beat us and throw us in here. Tell us to repent. I risk being sent to the tea house.
The tea house, of all places.
It's terrible there, they say. That's where bad things happen. That's what they said. Please let us out of here.
Of course we will.
Yeah, of course.
You can hop the fence here. It's pretty easy.
Hugo
Yeah, I was
kinda
gonna-
pulls himself over the fence.
Yuga, being proper, has to go and open the door and then go around.
I have to.
You realize, though, this is also locked, though certainly with a less superior lock than the armory lock. And it's wooden, mostly wooden makeup, maybe allows you to force it open a little bit better, too.
Do any of you... Can any of you deal with the lock, or do I need to break this open?
Don't look at me. I'm never really bothered looking into how to open a lock.
Well, let me see what I have. I have my dagger.
Step away from the door.
Yes, just help us, body and spirit.
Shugo's gonna try to leverage himself to kind of yank this gate off the hinges.
Roll an athletics check. I didn't even think he was real. I thought he was just a statue.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay.
Much
You
better.
almost pull something you're not even sure you could do. You pull like maybe a muscle, something almost. But then you readjust yourself, getting more used to your physical body. And just barely get this thing to pull off its hinges and fall away. The door is now opened. Oh, thanks, Shizuru. Thank you. The
Shugo's gonna
gods.
dump the door to the side.
It's these 4 villagers, not obviously all looking like scared children. Thank you so much.
Quadruplets.
We're gonna get out of here. Where should we go?
The bridge. The path back to the bridge should be safe. You can go to Old Mitsuya's
No.
house.
The path to the bridge is safe. We cleared it ourselves. But go
Okay.
fast, go swift, and do not linger. The sights
the
are
way
not
you came.
pretty.
We'll meet up with old Matsuki. Thank you. Thought we were all goners. As they rush off, give yourselves 20 experience points for saving them.
I'm glad we came here, but I'm surprised that they were locked up instead of killed like most of the others.
They
Or like
were
the
probably
horses.
they were probably supposed to be entertainment, just like the other ones that were trapped in this little game of theirs earlier.
I do not like these creatures.
Useful information, though. The tea house.
As you round the front of the building, the front entrance that you guys start to recognize now from the barracks seems to be right here, actually.
What about this? Do we know what this small building is?
That seems to be another, actually this one's a shrine. One of the gods.
Oh, is that the Abadar Shrine?
No, it isn't. The Abadar Shrine is
No.
on the southern banks.
I'm gonna take a peek inside just to make sure nobody's in here.
That was a guess because of justice.
You peek inside. It seems the shrine's tenders locked it off pretty tightly.
Oh,
And made
okay,
sure
it
nothing
should
would
be fine
attack
then.
it.
It's locked. None shall. I doubt anyone disturbed it.
It does not look to be desecrated.
That is good.
As much
Try the door.
as these roofs are very nice, for the purpose of the stream, I have to delete them. There we go. And you guys are entering anyway now. So,
Door seems to open.
the door does creak open. You find a office that seems like it had a hurricane rush through it, with documents strewn about the room. Very few furnishings remain in the room at all. It seems some of them maybe got even carried away.
Interesting.
Criminal records scattered around the floor here.
Well, no time to worry about that.
There's nobody in this immediate room that needs assistance. Let's keep going. But Sugar will take a cursory, quick glance around the room as we travel forward.
Yeah, roll a perception check. Hugo, you look through. There's not all that much that seems to remain here of value or anything like that, but you notice one of the criminal records pretty easily is seen as the name Luda Bama. You remember saving Luda earlier at the Mushroom House. It says, in being investigated for, well, growing illicit substances that may have an adverse effect on the use of the town. They seem to be careful about it at the moment, gathering reports and such. They want to ensure that if they are going to move on Ludabama, they have proof of harm done. Because there's not really drug laws, necessarily. There's not a war on drugs here. But if they can prove harm is being done to the citizens of a small village, they can pretty much go after them.
Say, isn't this that person we met?
Yes, over at the mushroom area.
The grower. Something tells you, at least bows in, it sort of peeks into your mind. In all this chaos, if that piece of paper meant missing or got destroyed, it would certainly put off any trouble for Luda. And nobody would be the
These documents
wiser.
are very vulnerable. It's unknown if there's any copies of them.
Maybe you should take it with you if you're worried then.
Oh, I'm not worried. I'm just saying, if one were to destroy or hide any of these documents, it may not be noticed with all the chaos.
If
just
that is your
keep these things
prerogative,
aside.
I will not stand in your way.
Just a thought. Just a curious thought.
My stance is simply just that there is no time to be dealing with those sorts of matters with our current situation.
Agreed. Let's go.
Try the door.
You open it up to a room, or rather a courtyard. It's sort of open air above you. That seems to have been, well, not really destroyed in any way, because there's nothing much to it. It's just two benches, maybe some places up on the side that guards could rest. They really haven't found much other practical use for this small courtyard here. There's a canopy of wisteria in full bloom that's sort of crawling across the lattice up above you. Place of peace, at least, in all of this chaos.
Let us continue on.
Alright,
Try the door.
you open it up. You find the main prison of the barracks here. And it is here that you see many people, many, well, bedraggled fellows, guardsmen and guardswomen, stuffed into their own jail cells. One of them, one from the south, calls out, You recognize them as the watch officer, Zheng Peng.
You there! Get us out of these damn cells! Oh, been starving here for days. They've been poking sticks through. Get us free.
Is there a spare key anywhere?
I'm gonna
Yes.
start looking for that.
Yes, it's in that corner over there behind some of those, boxes. You'll find a loose stone.
I am probably the best person to search for this.
How did you all end up in these cells?
It came in the night. Most of us were out of uniform, off duty. Those who were on duty were out at the watchtowers or on patrol. Those creatures suddenly flooded in from every direction imaginable. Caught us by surprise and stuffed us in these cages. Said they were going to make use of us for later. Said their leader might want us for food or for sport. Disgusting creatures.
Despicable.
In fact, just get me out of this cell, I'll tell you more.
Do I need to roll to find it?
No, he has directed you directly to it. You find the prison key in that corner.
Excellent. Then I will go cell to cell, unlocking each one in turn.
Okay. Oops, this one actually. You open it up, and the guards, all of them, look terribly bedraggled, weakened by their torments. Perhaps of no use to you, in fact, at this point, as you open them all up.
Oh, thank you for freeing us. It's terrible here.
Jinping sort of stumbles out. He's the only one amongst them that still tries to hold a grimace to his face of conviction.
Damn it. Thank you for liberating us. We would have starved in there, or sent off to something worse of a fate. You hadn't come along.
I'm just glad that you're all right.
Look, I don't know what's happening out there. If you're alive, and if Shugo is defending us, much to my surprise, then there's others alive. You can spare me the story. But from what we can tell from the screams and such, downtown hasn't been fully liberated. We won't be able to help you in our condition. We'll only hold you back. We can tell you, or I can tell you. It's a bald, human-looking figure with sharp teeth who wore a hooded cloak and whose neck seemed capable of rotating more than it should, like an owl's. They're the one that seemed to have organized the attack on the barracks, along with several of those Jinkins, those gremlins. I don't know where they went after they had their way with us. They seemed only concerned with shoving us in these cells and making us useless for the rest of the attack of theirs.
I have a pretty good idea of where they are. The tea house.
If that is so, then that's where they're holed up. That'll be the most dangerous of all places here. You might want to find more information about this leader before confronting them. Immediately.
Yes, I want to go inspect where the governor's house was first.
What do you mean, was?
You have been truly locked in these cells this whole time. The governor's
Yes.
house is gone. Disappeared. Like it was never there in the first place.
It's like
Thin
it got
air.
up and walked away.
It's an empty patch of dirt.
Oh, that can't be right. That's terrible. But that, unfortunately, the least of our concerns if people are still dying and being tormented out there.
Agreed.
Look, we'll allow you access to our army. Take everything you need. And I mean everything. Here's the key. There'll be plenty for the rest of us.
Yes. And I would take the remains with you once we are done looking through them to
Of
arm the other
course.
villagers.
Of course. Take the special equipment. We had some weapons silvered and cold iron made by, not the second best. You don't go there for weapons. outskirts. You go to the ironworks, run by that kitsune near Old Mitsuki's. But anyway, go ahead and open that up. Take whatever you need. Take the good stuff, I mean.
Yep. Look
And you
start
find
taking a look around.
all sorts of weapons and armor, good and more run-of-the-mill. Crossbows, daggers, clubs, saps, but also a couple of frost vials. A
Show it to
dagger
Laudon right away.
created of cold iron, seemingly.
Dagger.
It sort of has a cold, bluish sheen to it. Reminds you certainly of Pharasma's favorite
I'd like to
blade.
If you
see
don't
shavings
mind.
of that.
Cold iron buckler, short sword of silver, a spear affixed, a +1 rune. There's also some scale mail and studded leather armor. Many of you are feeling light on armor, and plenty of bolts as well.
Liaodon kind of tilts his head at the frost vial being shown to him. What do you want me to do with that exactly?
Well, we got those for firefighting. Thought they could be useful, but they seemed a little bit, unfortunately, more useful against rodents, you know, there's giant rats that sometimes show up in towns, you know what I mean. Good for throwing, hurting someone.
I suppose. I don't have much of a throwing arm, so someone else will have to use them, unfortunately.
You seem dexterous enough. Oh,
Well, yes, but it's more about, you know, they throw off my aim if I have to really focus on an enemy.
what's the problem?
I can't actually use them with my device stratagem.
Why not?
Because it needs to be an agile finesse melee weapon, a ranged weapon, or it must be agile or finesse if it's like a thrown weapon.
They're ranged weapons, they're not thrown. It's not thrown
Really?
20 feet. It's not like that, see the tag on spear? That's a quote-unquote thrown weapon. Otherwise, if a weapon is just always ranged, it's not technically thrown.
Oh, fair enough.
Like, it doesn't have the thrown tag.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, in that case, I might pick them up.
Yes.
Yuga, do you like these frost vials, or shall I? No. That makes sense.
No.
I know this because I also used bombs on that alchemical sciences investigator build I had before. Because you can consider whether you should throw one or not, and if it's going to actually affect. You know, it's a consumable.
Yeah. Too bad you can't actually just magic them up.
Yeah.
Well, the cold iron and silver items may be better as metals because I have the needle darts cantrip.
I actually wanted to pick up that buckler myself.
Oh, you can have most of the buckler. I just need like some shavings of cold iron.
As long as you don't threaten the integrity of the shield, so I can still hide behind it. Then
No,
Unfortunately,
just-
for the purpose of needle darts, you need at least a chunk.
Ah, okay, never mind then.
It can't be like one tiny little shaving. It needs to be a substantial amount.
I was hoping, and I didn't read the spell.
Well, it's not specific to the spell, it's just me saying that.
That is also very fair. It makes more sense.
Yeah. And it would fuck
Yeah.
up with cold irons.
Any objections to me taking the buckler?
None. I can't use it much.
I've never practiced with using one of those myself, so by all means.
Well, I don't really know how to use them per se. It's just I feel safer holding it.
What
Even though
about
it's
that
become-
lovely spear? Can somebody use that?
I have all the weapons I need on my person already.
That would be useful later.
Yeah. Silver sword.
Shugo will just casually. I'm sure these will come in handy to you all later.
Probably steal the crossbow bolts just to have some in the inventory.
That's,
All right.
that's a lot of crossbow bolts.
Oh.
I'm just, having some reserves for later.
All right. Seems to be everything of value to you guys. You leave behind some extra bolts for, the guards and crossbows and all that. Did I give you the 40 experience points for saving the guards?
40.
We got 20 for the kids, or the people outside.
So you get 40 for the guards here. It seems as though the barracks, surprisingly, is devoid of creatures milling about it. You seem to be pretty confident in how, well, safe it is, or rather secured it is. Or many of them have already ran off. We're going to stay here, hunkered down, barricade the door until you guys handle the rest of this. We're weak enough. We can't do much.
Do what you can to stay safe.
Able to check up on you again in a while.
Very
Make
well.
sure you are okay.
Of course.
Make sure he has his key back.
All right. It is at this point I would like to take our 5-minute break here, actually.
Wahoo!
So we'll be back in 5, guys. See you in a bit. I'm gonna bring us back in. Here we are. Alright, I need to fix my HP bars. Oops, yeah, it needs to be fixed all the way. But for the purposes of it, you guys have made a little bit of a maybe home base, maybe safe spots in downtown here if you ever need a retreat, but otherwise, you pale to wonder what has happened. You still have that trail that you could follow north from the barracks across the center of downtown to see what's going on with all that. Those horse butchers.
Shugo's gonna head on out.
Okay. You guys are ready to leave. The cyan hash marks will lead you back out to the greater downtown area up here.
Sounds good.
Bowsen is rushing behind. Alright.
So, where is the tea house relative to here? Do you all know?
Well, I'm a frequent customer, so I can probably point us.
Not to that tea house.
You remember that the tea house is actually 100 feet northwest of downtown. It's not directly in downtown here. In fact.
We're gonna have to move a little bit ahead in the area, but it's not too far from here.
We should still be checking everything as we go along, find survivors.
As you're walking out into the center square here, you see people, dead people, strewn about, and, wreckages of carriages and carts and stuff. Cough, the map maker's made it a little bit lazy, but you find a stage, the stage where the reenactment festival was taking part. And, well, the mural on its back wall seems to have been heavily chipped and defaced. Gonna have a closer look.
We should investigate this.
I'm looking.
Okay. Take a little closer look at the stage. Approach it. You find that immediately on your approach, 3 Jenkins, those large-eared, blue, wicked-looking creatures, sort of lean over the side of it and start throwing little shingles down at you to get your attention. Hey! Hey! We didn't know anyone was still alive! Aren't you gonna perform for us?
Perform for you?
You're the ones on stage. Wouldn't you be performing?
Oh, you know what? That's a pretty good idea, isn't it? How about it?
He looks to the others, and the others sort of nod, and they start to act out this play.
Hey, I'm one of your poor little villagers carrying along a basket of rice. And then I come around and stab them in the back, and they go, ah! And all the rest start running and shrieking out and throwing things at us, but they can't do anything. We stab the rest of them, cut their eyes out, slit their throats, and they all fall down, and yes, they're all dying, and it looks terrible, and your people are weak and awful, and your guards can't do anything, and
they're gonna keep going on.
I have another idea for a play.
what's that? Huh? What's that?
It's the play where we don't like you doing that.
He doesn't They don't like us doing that. They don't like it when they kill us. Or we kill them. Well,
I mean, I'm going to make you stop.
you're gonna make us stop? Well, what happened to all those people out there? They're all dead. Because you couldn't stop us. And now we're just having some fun, aren't we? We don't care. We're just here for sport. We destroyed all we wanted. It's up to Mojichu to have his way with the rest of the survivors. We're just picking shingles and passing the time, making fun of stupid villagers like you who dare to come out of the dark.
I'm not stupid.
You are. You're stupid. They throw another shingle.
Stop that.
Dumb villagers. Dumb villagers. They're all dumb. They're all dumb. They try to make a musical out of it, but it doesn't really come off very well.
Sugar's just kind of looking up at these things like a cat would a bird.
I don't think they have much of a acting career, Yuga.
Well,
I'm going to forcefully demand that you return home.
Forcefully demand that we return home. Is that what you sound like? You sound stupid.
I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid.
He throws another shingle.
Sugar's gonna start climbing this pillar to get to the roof.
Hey, hey, the cat's trying to get on the roof. Get down. Throw my shingles.
They start throwing shingles at Shugo. Shugo, it's a little bit more difficult to climb when you're being pelted with shingles. Roll an athletics check.
the other is gonna ready his whip.
I'll be ready.
The DC was 15. You start to slide down, your claws raking into the fine woodwork of this stage.
See, look. He hates this place as much as we do. Look at how he's tearing it up, like a kitty would on a post. Stupid cat, you can't get up here.
Now, this is... Let's show you all how some discipline works. Have you ever heard of a circus?
Circus? Well, this whole town turned into a circus. A bloody circus. But yes.
Yes. But you're the act here, and he's gonna start cracking his whip in the air at them to get them to at least be somewhat intimidated.
Oh, so scary.
Roll an intimidation check.
Oh well.
Can't even reach. What's he trying to do? Stupid. Can't even hurt us from down there.
He throws another shingle. Hacks at your
Ow.
leg.
You don't hear it because of push to talk, but I'm laughing so hard I'm crying.
Well, you know what? I've had enough, and he's stowing his whip and just gonna chuck a frostball at them like one would a tomato at a bad act.
What the fuck is that?
Throw an attack.
Second. There we go. I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You missed.
But it bounces off the top and sort of rolls down and smacks them in the back for the hero point. Roll the damage.
It's cold. It's cold. It's too cold. Let's get the fuck out of here. Go.
Seems to have been enough to scare them off.
They don't like the cold.
Give
Also
yourselves
could use of a splash bomb.
120 experience points.
Whoa.
Three
Well.
level ones. That'll level it up.
Wow.
I forgot, does experience roll over or not?
It does for the purpose of this. But as you guys gather yourselves and truly realize where you've gotten to, you've started to scare away the smaller creatures, and, well, you feel a little bit more powerful. It seems like you're getting somewhere, defending the town, filling your role as defenders of it, now central to its defense, in fact. You know you need to figure out new ways, new strategies, and find new strength within yourself to continue the defense of Willowshore. So yes, all you need to do is change your level to level 2, literally typing it in. That'll get you your level up.
On one hand, yay, we're the strongest people in town. On the other hand, oh god, we're the strongest people in town.
Pretty much.
I do not like those creatures. I am not a cat.
I was saying that.
They called me stupid. What a horrible thing to say.
Shugo's gonna get up on the stage and look around, looking at the mural that was defaced.
Seems to be a mural depicting the founding of the town. Jihui, the mystic, sort of descending down from the monastery as workers bring stones up the hill to the northwest. And then it depicts her lighting the lantern and then returning to the monastery. The recent edition shows the monastery now lying overgrown, abandoned. It's been abandoned for some time, actually, way before these events that are transpiring today. Just so you know, Shugo, sometimes went further from the village, up the hill towards the monastery, and visited the other spirits that were there, but, well, you haven't been there in a very long time since all the spirits left with all the monks and Jihui's death about 40 years ago.
You said it was defaced as well?
Yes.
Like the creatures mess with it. There is much that we will need to do to repair this place once this crisis is passed. To deface the history of this place is a tragedy.
And I imagine I don't get to start with a prepared spell. Or do I?
If you guys are finished with your leveling, move to the center of the square.
Okay, that was a question for our DM then.
Oh, sorry.
When I
Here.
level up as a cleric, so I get an extra spell slot. Do I get that now or
Yes, you
in the
do.
morning? Okay,
Sorry about that.
all good. That's it then. One spell, 1 feat, and 1 feat.
Mhm.
Easy.
Bowsen, did you change off of Minako having the extra HP buff? I think you did. be away at the moment, though.
Oh, sorry. I had my numlock on.
Mhm.
I was holding the wrong button. I changed her skills at daily preparation.
Yep.
Which, yeah.
Okay.
There's all my spells. Spells. I just need the skill feed. I think I did like a crafting one. Specialty crafting.
What's your specialty?
Tailoring.
Oh, okay.
Or was it
Maybe-
weaving? Hold on, let me double check.
Similar enough for the purposes of that sort of thing.
Oh shoot, that is very close. I wish I could do both. Probably weaving. There you go.
Okay.
Alright. I think that's all for me.
So, as you guys look around the square, the devastation, well, there's nothing else really in the square itself for you. But actually, you do remember that trail was still going up from the barracks and through the square here. Roll me another survival check, Shugo.
Will do. No, will
I-
not do.
You.
No minds.
Sorry, Leona.
I was trying to clue him in to give him a +1, but apparently not.
Yeah, you really aren't sure where they went. You're sort of going in circles. You're wasting time.
Are you okay over there?
They called me a cat. I don't like that. I am not a cat.
And I am not stupid.
So Yuga, every so often you've tracked an animal in the woods near the cathedral. You feel like you may have some way of helping Shugo here. It's not a really hard check at all. It's like bloody, muddy footprints. Would be easy to find.
Shugo's very distracted.
From
Sorry,
survival.
Yuga. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm no expert here or anything, but I mean,
But it's easy enough just using your own wisdom to pick up those three-toed, flat, muddy, bloody footprints. They lead towards this building on the right here, which you recognize as the bathhouses.
the bathhouse. How peculiar.
Are these creatures the type to take baths?
With footprints like those, who wouldn't take a bath? They seem very dirty.
Are you sure you aren't walking in a circle?
They're not my footprints.
Do they like water?
Go as you will.
I want to go there.
Just gonna intrude on them bathing.
Tell
Seems
me,
like a very big invasion of privacy.
tell me which scene it actually teleports you to. Like, what's the name of it?
I see this downtown bathhouse.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. The building on the right here. These buildings on the left also look interesting, but those bloody footprints look pretty bad. Maybe you should check that out first. Doors
I'm
right here.
dancing in front of the window because that's the only way I can see the room.
Yeah, here. I'm gonna delete the roof. As nice as they are.
The kobold's claw reaching down and peeling the roofs off of all the buildings.
Trust me, the door open?
You swing them open,
We're
and
sliding.
you recognize on the front door the name of the bathhouse is the Happy Kappa. And it is Kappa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a shame you're no longer on Twitch anymore.
Yes, I know. But the Happy Kappa's foyer is as homely as it's ever been, though the floor is damp as if recently mopped. Distinct lye-like smell of some disinfectant hangs in the air. The bloody footprints seem to end immediately at the doorstep, and there's no sign of them on the inside of the foyer.
They seem to stop immediately, which means somebody may have cleaned them up. Shugo steps in and takes a closer look around the foyer.
Alright. Roll me a perception check.
And I'm doing the same.
I might as well look around.
+2 if it's related to finding objects.
You note that, sorry, for some reason one of my dice has got bugged and now I can't move the screen around. I need to reload. That's weird. But, as you guys look around, you notice that, yes, it seems to have been cleaned, strangely enough, during the events of all this. And, well, there are mop streaks that lead to the southern door. There we go, I'm back in.
Interesting.
She was gonna throw those doors wide open, though. Are they like sliding doors, I assume? Or...
Yeah, there's sort of like paper sliding doors.
No, Shugo, wait, those are gentle.
He just rips the doors off their
He just
tracks on
walks
accident.
through them.
No, just walks through the paper wall.
Luckily,
Oh,
the rest of the building is
yeah.
stone here. But as you enter the bathhouse's locker room, it's orderly. It's surprisingly orderly, in fact, with slippers and towels in each cubby. All the lockers are open, strangely save for one. Right down here.
We are looking for clues. We should investigate everything.
Or perception check if you are searching.
The bloody
I'm
footprints.
adding my scavenger search to it directly.
The bloody footprints ending at the door is suspicious. Could I instead make an occultism check to determine if something supernatural is going on?
Sure. Pretty sure it's not supernatural. Something weird, but not
Weird.
out of this world.
Not a ghost.
You all quickly realize, from the sound of shuffling and soft whimpering, someone is inside one of these lockers, trying to keep hidden, but doing not a good job of it.
Hello there. We're from the village. My name
Well-
is Yuga.
Roll diplomacy check.
Hero point. We'll take a 19.
Yuga? You know me, I'm Dege. The owner of the bathhouse. If it's really you, get me out of here. I'm kind of stuck.
Of course, of course. And before I do that, I speak out loud a very quick and brief prayer to Pharasma, which might kind of further prove who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not scared.
I see there was only like one locker that was closed. I'm assuming that's where the voice is coming from.
Yes.
Yep.
I latched it from the inside, but I'm so wedged in I can't reach it again.
From the inside.
Just pull it open or something, or fiddle with the lock. I don't know.
Of course. I can handle this. Of course. Yuga laughs nervously and tries yanking it open.
Roll an athletics.
Shugo's just watching you, amused.
7.
Uh, did you
Oh.
got anyone stronger with you? You're not really doing much.
Shuga's gonna step forward, extended his claws out to like grip into the seam of the locker door and just try to yank it open.
And his claws? Oh, be careful. I'm still in here.
Don't worry, it's just our dragon guardian, Shugo, from the governor's mansion.
It's not working.
Does anyone have a hairpin on hand by any chance?
I don't have hair?
You know, I might have left a key around somewhere. You could look for it.
Shuga's gonna start looking for a key.
Oh,
I'm good at looking for keys.
Do you need thieves' tools to actually pick open locks by any
Yes.
chance? Dang.
12!
Hugo doesn't find anything. Hugo, you eventually find hidden underneath a potted plant a little key for the locker.
He's gonna pick it up between two of his fingers.
I would have gotten to that spot.
And I'm sorry, Lydon, I don't have anything that you're looking for, probably. And he's gonna go unlock the locker
Okay.
that has defeated all of us.
The
Maybe you should stand
halfling
back.
tumbles out. Oh, thanks. God, I've been stuck in there for 2 days. Any water? I hope. Someone has water, yeah.
We have water.
Sorry, only healing potions here.
Thank you. But after those things came in here, I decided to hide. They came in here all terribly bloody. You know how I am about dirt and grime. I had to clean it first. It was disgusting. And
Understandable.
thought it best to hide. I think they're still here, out in the baths, the springs out back. But they came in here covered in blood and gore. They must be terrible. I couldn't even tell what they were under all the layers of whatever it was.
I believe they killed several horses and ate them.
That's terrible. Well, you might want to deal with them. Get them out of here. Whatever you need to do.
Well,
Probably.
Oh. Alright, squad. We have some cleaning to do then.
What?
I'll wait here.
No. Oh, you don't mean actual cleaning.
Yes, you wait here. You stay safe. Call for us if anything happens.
Of course. Just deal with those things. So, you guys have a chance to look around the bathhouses here. You're told they are out back. Not out this window, though. Those seem to be just like koi ponds and such. Or to the
I
north.
want to check the doors just to make sure nothing's going to ambush us from behind.
Okay. You check that one. Seems to be a preparation room. Clean as all the rest, strangely enough.
Probably fine. It's on the other side.
Shuga just looks into this next room.
Clean as well.
Liaodon politely knocks and also looks inside.
Clean as well, just another preparation room. Oh, this one goes in a different direction.
I believe Yuga went over here first.
Hello?
Small side room seems to be unfinished at this rate. Maybe a quiet meditation chamber of some sort.
Yuga, please come this way. Oh,
I
You can go off
Yuga,
yourself.
Yuga opens
Doesn't
another
matter.
door on the other side.
yeah.
You open this room, and you start to see what seems to be the main sort of indoor spa area. It's all clean, it's all fresh.
But you notice that there are large doors to the north and east that seem to go out to the outdoors, as well as windows.
Okay, so in the main room, that was like a big giant window in the back, right? Like
Yeah.
right in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Let's close the door here and catch up with the other side.
Well done. Just barely. In this hole back here, you feel like you can see some creature. You really can't make out what it is. It seems to have a green arm that's sort of lounging in the pool. But the angle is bad.
Well, I seem to have found a culprit. So, I'm gonna have to ambush them probably through this door here.
Let's be very careful then and sneaky.
You guys enter out here. Roll stealth checks if you are trying to stay hidden from them.
Got a 3.
Mm-hmm. Well,
As I'm telling everybody, make sure you be really, really careful, really quiet and sneaky.
Just kind of look over at Yuga talking at full volume.
Yuga, as you step out here and sort of peer over the bushes towards where those creatures are, and the rest of you get a view of them, Yuga doesn't know where he's stepping and splashes into the hot spring here. Sort of like, when you don't know a step is there and you fall splashing into it, and the rest of you who are way more stealth hear and see actually a few of those creatures turning. It's not just one. And you see this.
But they're not ghosts, so I'm okay.
Hey, come on over here. The water's fine. You don't have to skulk off alone.
Last time I
Come and
listened to
join
someone who
us.
told me that, I regretted it.
Leodon looks between everyone as if wondering if they should take the invitation.
Yuga had let off like a really undignified caw as he splashed into the water. He just picks himself up, just dripping.
Suit yourselves. We got the good water over here anyway. It's the hardest part.
We need to talk.
Well, come on over.
It would be best for us to go through the other side, the other door. Otherwise, we would have to crawl through these bushes, and that would be extremely unpleasant.
Yeah, you guys can make your way around.
This way, everybody.
Hey, there they are. Sorry about the mess. All that blood.
Understandable. I suppose these things happen when... You must have been very hungry. What happened?
As it looks like this.
You're not wrong, really.
Yeah, we were, invited here by this guy, and, we were hungry, so we ate something, and then we got really bloody and muddy, and, we don't really like that, so, found a bathhouse. It's really nice. We've been here for days. It's great. It's been a lovely vacation.
Aside from the bloody mess, of course.
Well, I mean, we were hungry. Yeah.
How long had it been since you had anything to eat?
Well, it's been a little bit. Not too long. But we couldn't really find any other food since we were invited here.
Do you normally go after creatures like that?
Yeah, well, we eat what we can. Not really horses or cows or people's pasture animals, but we didn't really have anything else. There's not really much of the normal food we eat in this town. Not from here.
What do you prefer to eat?
Well, this and that, fish and, whatever drops into the water, somebody drowns, we eat them. We don't really go after fishers because, then they'd go after us. That's not good.
That wouldn't be good for either party. You're correct.
Yeah, it was, it's, we don't really like this whole thing, this killing villagers and marauding towns. We were kind of just bribed, with food and, good drinks and stuff. We haven't gotten the drinks yet. We're expecting those any day now. But, yeah, this guy, this, Rakuakubi, Moduchu, they asked us for help taking over a town, and we were like, yeah, sure. But we really don't really like to kill people. We were just here to look mean, I guess, and enjoy it,
Suppose we may have to try to figure out something about the food situation at some point.
Oh, it's fine.
We can't have you harming horses like that. They're important to people.
You said you were offered food. What did you eat?
The horses. They offered us the horses, and we ate the horses. They said nobody's going to be using them anymore, so we ate them. Well, it wasn't us who killed them. It was those little drinking guys. They killed the horses.
That makes sense.
They showed us them and said, hey, just eat these guys. We promised you food. Here you go. And we were like, all right, we'll eat it. But we got really bloody, so we came here. Been digesting and enjoying the water ever since. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this whole invasion thing didn't turn out like we thought. It can only bring woe to you all and harm to us if you guys start attacking us or something like that.
I agree. This is not a good situation. Well,
They did not do any harm. They're not helping, but they did not kill those horses, and they're merely using the hot spring while others aren't able to.
They did come here with the intention to overthrow the town, though.
Yes.
they came here as a request of sorts. I can't really fault them for what happened.
We're not leaving just yet. We're getting hungry again. We ought to eat.
There's more horse if you want it.
Oh no, we ate the horses when they were good. They're probably rotted by now. But there might be food around. Maybe some of our favorite food.
Which is fish.
No, you would think so, but there's another type of food we like, but I'm too tired to remember.
Can I make some kind of check to know what it might be? Like, is it related to what they are, or is this like an individual thing?
You can roll an Arcana or Nature.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna roll Arcana.
It's on the tip of your tongue. It's something.
I'm gonna
It's a
hero point
long
that.
vegetable.
Well, no, we can work with that. I'm not going to hear a point.
I know the answer. Out of character.
No, maybe you know it in
Vegetable.
character then.
What's the name?
I'm gonna
Would
try
be,
for it.
Okay, go ahead.
Would it be
Well,
a carrot?
No,
I
carrots
do
are too
know-
crunchy. That's for horses.
Bok
Shugo,
choy?
you remember, their favorite vegetable is the cucumber.
Is the cucumber.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Cucumbers. We love cucumbers, but we haven't found any yet. Maybe if you find some, we'll be filled, and then we can go. We're not leaving until we're fed.
Cucumbers. Well, I can't say I blame you. They have that delicious, fresh feeling when you bite into them.
Ah, the water's so fresh inside them. It's lovely.
We shall see what we can do. Right, crew?
What we can do or what we will do. We'll see.
If it's cucumbers they want instead of the flesh of man, then yes.
Better cucumbers than that. Yes, I agree.
Now you all just stay here. We will find your cucumbers for you, okay?
Yeah, we'll enjoy the water.
Take your time. We have a lot of work to do ourselves, but we will definitely be on the lookout.
Such a nice art.
It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've never quite met your kind before in person.
Yeah, we're from around here. You might find us again.
I hope we have the chance to speak further at length. But yes, cucumbers, we'll keep that in mind. And we will try to stay safe.
Sure. We go back to simmering in the water.
All right.
Turtle soup. You had to say simmering.
Well,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
It's the
Just
only
turn up the heat a little.
one that came to
Problem
mind.
solved.
Yuga claps his hands and has like this big smile on his face and says, "Well, that was lovely, wasn't it?"
Nice to meet spirits that aren't trying to kill people. It's not ideal that they're here, but they're easier to get rid of, it seems.
It would be much better if we could just get along.
Yes. Fighting them is not ideal. It's annoying. It's a hassle. This is also a hassle, but less of one.
Yuga, where do you propose we get cucumbers then?
Well, I suppose it's possible some of the
Roll me a-
farmers might.
Roll me a farming lore.
I've got that one.
It comes to mind though. You remember that well, a lot of the farms sell their produce to the grocery store in town, and the grocery store just so happens to be across the street from the bathhouse.
Oh,
Honestly, I'm surprised it took me so long to remember that. I had to jog my mind. Of course. Oh, let's take a look. Now I've got cucumbers in the mind.
All right.
There's a set of doors. Did we ever open this?
Nope. Do you want to?
Yes. Oh,
Goes
Seems to be
outside.
another pool, not a spring.
nothing significant? Okay.
If you guys wish to go onto the left side of the street, you can go to this little region there, on the left.
Love to.
All right. Move us over here.
I can't wait for me to somehow forget my familiar token when going through one of those.
Might happen. Right, I'm going to remove the roof. Raise the roof, as it were. A couple of buildings here, in fact. They all do show signs of breaking and entering, like sort of broken doors sort of hanging on their hinges and, scratch marks and such. Though you notice that the one building right here, to your immediate left of the bathhouse, does have a sign up for the Tree Sparrow's Rest. It's a grain shop.
I don't think Shugo would know the difference.
Grain shop.
Shugo looks like he's about to open the door.
Okay.
Wait. Was this one over here? You said was the grocery?
The grain shop is the grocery, essentially.
Oh. Sorry, I was busy taking a note and I think I missed something there.
Shugo will open this door. I'm assuming it was not locked or anything, as you mentioned breaking and entering.
Doesn't seem to have been locked, no. And things are relatively stable in here, surprisingly. It doesn't seem like any creature really took any interest in a grain shop. It seems to me the most boring place. Doesn't seem to be damaged, and there's pots and vases of fermenting bean paste, rice, wine, or pickled vegetables on the shelves, untouched.
Well, we should probably stick to only what we came for. It would be very unkind of us to take what we don't need.
Did we leave payment?
Of course. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, stealing wouldn't be good. We need it. We're not that desperate, and
I'm not suggesting
these
we
times,
steal.
no.
You guys?
Shugo's gonna pick up one of these chunks of corn,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like look at it, and just take a big bite out of it,
Oh,
like
no,
through the husk and everything.
Yeah.
eating it, husk and all.
Yeah,
It's
don't
very
just
grainy
winces.
and hard to chew. But your teeth slice right through.
I do not think this is celery
We're looking.
or cucumbers.
Yes, we're looking for cucumbers.
Fly, is this celery? As you guys
Well-
look around, roll a perception. Or farming lore.
Definitely.
Lores are usually better for circumstances like this.
Shugo just keeps
Whoa.
chewing on the ear of corn.
I'll keep an eye out for art lore.
Leodon, you're the one who eventually going through the shelves. You've been in here a few times. And you as well. You both come up to one of the shelves that should contain cucumbers, but it says all out. They seem to have sold all the cucumbers before this all took place.
Oh no! This is horrible!
Maybe if we get some of that corn and paint it green.
I
No,
feel like
this,
that would
No.
be.
this,
I
this
feel like that would be.
is... Sorry.
I feel like that would not be becoming of our new guests.
This is not very wet. I will just say that.
Bowsin, as you're going through the back there, you do spot a backyard garden, actually, at the window. All sorts of plants.
We're not out of luck, maybe. I don't see a door. I do see what looks like a gate.
What did you find?
There seems to be a garden.
Oh, well. We can take a look around out back.
I think there was a way over there from the town square.
Go outside and start walking clockwise around the building.
Okay. Don't hit the region here. Avoid it.
Act like we're in a Dragon Quest game. If we step too far, we go to the world map. We don't want that.
Fence here is pretty solid, I assume, since I can't see through it.
Oh, it's
That
unlocked.
It's just a fence. You step into the garden here. You see also a sort of backyard storage building here. Seems to be a door on its side up a little bit to the north. So you're sort of milling through the plants here. You're not exactly sure what you're supposed to look for. Hopefully they picked it already and it's somewhere.
You can try the storage.
Hello?
Hello?
There are people inside. Let me get rid of the roof real quick.
This is gonna be so awkward.
You bust
What are
into
you
the door.
doing? It's so dangerous outside. We're looking for cucumbers.
We're gonna make cucumber water.
Oh. You're not working for them, right? You don't seem like you would, Yuga.
Oh goodness. It's me, Yuga from the temple.
They wouldn't pay me enough. I say, peering through the window.
You recognize Nadoya Sanmi. She is the sort of proprietor of the grocery store. Oh, well, we've been ordered to stay here by those damn creatures. Stay out of their way until they're ready for us, as they said. The one that's called the Grey Butcher.
Ooh.
They said it came from the butcher's shop, and now it's parading through the streets, causing chaos and destruction.
Another target.
From the butcher shop?
Yes, it's down the street, but it's not there anymore. It's. I think it went up, west rather, down from downtown here.
It might
Along
be
one of the
wise to go to
canals.
the butcher shop first to figure out what that is.
Cucumbers. Do you have cucumbers?
Cuca, why would you be asking that in such a time?
There are beings in the bathhouse that are, let's just say, unable to leave the village unless we feed them cucumbers.
That must be some sort of strange spirit, then. I'd be happy to help, but I need you to go check on my my daughter and her paramour. She sort of rolls her eyes a little bit. In the Mudwall house, it's just to the north here. She points up the backyard here to that door that you Shugo can see. If you get rid of the Jenkins in there, and make sure they're safe, my daughter and the other, I'll tell you where the cucumbers are out here.
That sounds like an excellent deal.
Come on then. They've been banging and thrashing around the place for days. It feels like.
Oh no. Well, we shall make haste. I will see you soon.
The barracks in town is safe. We cleared that out. There are guards there if you need a place to go.
We'll stay here, and at least until I know my daughter's safe.
Very well. We shall return shortly. And I politely close the door behind me.
Do I hear any noises through this doorway?
You hear crashing and, like, loud yelling and yipping and hauling and such like that.
Well then, shall we introduce ourselves?
Let's do this.
You open the door, and you find two huddled figures behind a broken table and stove, with many small Jenkins sort of rushing around the room, smashing things to bits and pieces, finding even broken pieces of glass and smashing them. Hey, look at this! And, oh, hey, look! The Oni are here! Here, break more! Impress them! Watch this! And they pick up, a string of beads and break them, and they go clattering to the floor. They're sort of stumbling around as you notice the other two sort of look over to you. One glasses sort of puts a finger up to their mouth, and he sort of mouths words at you. I need a perception check, though, to try to figure out what he's mouthing at you. 14 is enough. You recognize, and in fact Leodon also recognizes, he's mouthing, "They're drunk. Very drunk." And he sort of puts his hands up like claws and puts on a mean face, and he sort of points over towards them. "Break it! Smash! Show them what we've been doing all this time." "Yeah, over here."
I step in and raise my hands real high and make myself look big, and laugh and say, "Ha ha ha! Well done! Show me more."
I don't think we
The
want
other guy looks over and he's like, "What?"
Not
Roll an intimidation check.
specifically.
He's just trying to look big, puffed up like a bird.
Specifically, all of you toward that table there in the middle.
Oni, that doesn't look like any Oni to me. They're like scarier than that.
I am extremely scary.
All I know is they're not supposed to be here. Get them.
Well, I'm not here.
They're rearing to attack these very, very drunken Jenkins. Seem
I
to
tried.
have been plied with rice wine. Need some initiatives.
You all must admit, I did put on a good show.
That stupid show. You're one of the villagers. Get them.
Bows in, I need yours.
Oh, shoot, I did check.
Oh, here, I can just convert it. There you go.
There you go.
Alright. Leodon, you knew where things were going to go here. It didn't seem very convincing to you, even, so what do you do? Leodon, might be muted. Hello?
Hmm?
It's your turn.
Oh, excuse me. Right then. I will start with a stratagem. That's a skill stratagem,
Mm-hmm.
which means what? Right, my recall knowledge first. Which
Yep.
roll would that be?
That would be nature for these guys.
Yeah, goodness.
You recognize these as very drunken Jenkins, in fact. Something special about them is that they're going to be wasting their time. Far, far too drunk.
What's their lowest save?
Their lowest save is a tie between Fortitude and Will.
Well, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use Bon Mo
Okay.
and lay down watching them stumble around drunkenly, just cracks a grin as he says, "Oh, and you call this rampage worthy of an Oni? I've seen something far better from the Jenkins across the bridge." And
Which one are you targeting?
the one at the very bottom.
Okay, for your diplomacy.
What? What? No, those guys are chumps. Dang it. Why'd you have to go and say that?
He looks sad.
Don't really have anything to do with my final action, except look very smug about myself.
Okay. Yuga, your turn.
Yeah. All right. Well, I shall. I suppose I'll try to make a little room for the rest of the squad, and try to scamper back a little.
Okay.
Can I share space with the spider? Or...
Yes.
And I'll target the creature furthest to the left, the furthest closest to the villagers.
Okay.
Attacking with a beam of spiritual energy.
Mm-hmm,
That
definitely
actually
hits. It whaps
Max
into
damage.
them. They stumble back, cracking into the floor, barely able to stand up after that strike. Still able to.
Yep, there's a full turn.
Shugo.
There's plenty of things to go after here, but he's going to move to protect the villagers.
Okay.
And he's going to exhale his breath weapon again.
Okay. 15-foot cone. Certainly might hit a lot of them. This guy's technically here. But, yeah. As they're all sort of standing there, you unleash this spiritual breath sort of from your spiritual side. Some of it is still maintained on you. Their fortitude's not that great. They don't have the greatest of bodies. 2 of them crit fail. Only one in the very back succeeds, the other fails. So there's crit fails. The one right in front, it just shudders in place as if their soul had left their body. The one in the back also just basically just falls dead as the spiritual miasma flows over them. The one in front takes 6, the other one takes half. Alright, well, that'll take care of 2 of them at least. But now it is most of their turns.
Come and get me. I will take on all of you.
Get the big one. The dragon. He's the problem.
He sort of stumbles on his way there. He takes 2 actions to get to you, and he attacks with a club. And an improvised sort of piece of wood from one of the broken tables here. Doesn't even hit. The other one here. This one. The one that you hit stumbles up, goes to a flank, but that's 2 actions because they waste it. Goes for a 3rd. Misses, definitely. 3rd one.
Guys, I don't think this is working.
Is gonna go for a strike. Natural 1, and then they sort of laugh manically for no reason at all, just in their sheer drunkenness. Baozin, your turn.
Alrighty. I am going to target this one that hasn't moved yet. And taking a guess based on a few factors, I'm going to cast Void Warp.
Okay. Harm the life force. They roll their fortitude to try to resist. 14 is still going to be a failure for them. They're not very strong. Roll the damage. 3 and 3, total of 6. Warps them, rots their form from the outside and in.
Oh, what's going on?
Then I'm going to use an action to move my familiar closer to the center of the battlefield.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Yeah, you're gonna stop that?
Stumbles over some of the fallen wood here, takes 2 actions to get to you. Tries to strike you with his club. 3 on the dice isn't going to cut it for him. Leodon, your turn.
Please kick him. Punt him like a football.
Leodon calculates the perfect angle to punt this Jinkin.
Mm-hmm.
He's not happy with the result.
Well,
I'm still gonna keep it as an attack strategy because baseball.
yeah, these guys look really weak.
And as such, he just looks at his whip and just makes his sweeping upwards strike at the Jinkin in front of him.
Okay. That definitely hits. And we'll deal 3, but 3 is exactly what you needed. Ah, ow! Falls to the ground, whimpering. Of course.
Not yet.
That's 2 of my actions. My third action will be here you go, flanking.
Mm-hmm. Yuga, your turn.
Well, unfortunately, that's the one that I have the most. Never mind. There's one that's badly injured. I'll shoot that one.
Okay.
Perfect. I almost missed the one on top there. Fire off Divine Lance.
Mm-hmm. Sling it off towards them.
I like it.
17 will make it a crit.
I
in
like
fact.
it.
By Pharasma's Divine Lance, they are shattered against the wall, their spirit flung from their body.
I do not feel very compelled to move at this time. I will shield.
Okay. Then Shugo might be able to finish them off here.
Shugo looks at these 2 that are still here. Are these guys like tiny sized? How
Yes.
big are they?
Hi.
Okay. Well, this one between him and Lyodon, he's gonna just bite it.
Mm-hmm. That'll definitely hit. So you chomp down into it. It's not exactly surviving. It's nearly chopped in half.
How's this one taste?
I can take you all.
All right.
Yeah, Welsh. Come on.
I'm gonna move
Where are you
to
going?
flank it.
Oh,
Bite it again.
Idiot,
Oh.
you bit the floor.
Your time is coming. You can leave and never come back.
he looks around for a moment.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Hey, leave. Somehow, sober enough to realize when maybe you should run. And that's that. Give yourself 60 experience points for that. As all the Jenkins lie dead, the tormentors of these 2. Oh, thank the gods.
Those creatures nearly burned the place down at one point with us inside. We were to be their attendants, as they said. Yeah, they used to be a lovely jewelry shop, and now I just destroyed everything, nearly everything of value. Ah, terrible.
Your lives are valuable, and you still have those, at least.
Yes, I suppose
Shop.
we do, as she looks to the other. Speaking of, the man steps forward, pushes his glasses up. Before, have you met
her mother?
Yes.
Yes, she's.
Just did, actually.
I do believe she does not like you, though.
Well, that much is certain. Would you mind, not, um, would you allow me to take one of these, necklaces here? As he points to one of the necklaces.
Is this not your shop?
It's not mine, no. And it's not hers either. It was the Mudwolves, but I think they're dead.
Sugar looks to the necklace, shrugs his shoulders.
I have no stake in this. Do as you please. I needn't.
Come, show me which one.
Well,
You didn't know.
this one here. As he
Take a
points
quick-
to one of the better pieces in. Oh, one of the better pieces in the shop.
What do you intend for it?
Well, I want to let my uncle, the guard captain, sort out who the rightful owner is. Yes.
What do you actually intend for it?
It's no use lying.
You can talk
He
to
sort
me.
of looks to her. She nods or shrugs her shoulders. I want to fund, our elopement. As she looks to Yuli Sanmi. I'm Hugh Lelong, and this is Yuli Sanmi, if you didn't already know us.
I see.
We need to go. Her mother, she'll never support me. You know, I was
Why do you
secretly visiting her when the monsters attacked.
Why do you think she would not support you?
Because she doesn't like me, that's why. Her mother doesn't want to let her go.
I wonder if she would change her mind if she realized that you were protecting her with your life.
Well,
That you weren't about to let those creatures get to her without going through you first.
I'm not about to go up and talk to her about it. It's better if we leave doing all of this. It's better if we get away. Doing the chaos.
In this situation, I don't know if that's the wisest thing to do.
Roll a diplomacy
I think
check.
it would be better for everybody if we sort this out. Hero point.
Okay.
I'm using my convictions here. Oh, yeah, yes.
I don't think that's right. I'm steadfast in this, and so is Yuli. She nods. My mother's never going to accept him. We've been trying for a year. Please understand. You're giving us the option of love over the tyranny of our parents. Well, mostly mine, really. We will run away. We'll be able to be with each other without them breathing down our necks. Please trust us. It's not going to work out, and if you bring us to them, then we're never going to get away anymore.
And what
Yes?
what do you expect us to tell them? That you died in here?
No. You can tell them that, you didn't find us here. Leave it up to them, to their imaginations. Maybe they can have some hope that we escaped, or maybe they thought we took the opportunity to run away. But this is our only opportunity.
I pick up the necklace myself, and I carefully, I hold my hands upward and reach forward with it. Take it. I don't believe that I would like to lie about not having seen you. However, I will allow you the chance to get out unseen.
Very well.
I do wish to tell them the truth that we did see you and that you escaped, but I will vouch for you in your absence.
I thank you. I really do. We thank you. Please, just tell them about what we discussed. Don't make it hard on us. Harder than it's already been for this past year. You don't know what it's been like.
It's true. I do not.
Let's go now, Yuli. Thanks again. We won't forget this. We might meet again out there somewhere.
I hope we do.
We're not gonna go too far. We rush out the door, necklace in hand, and hands in each other's hands.
Oh,
If we find the owners of this store, then I shall work out something with them myself.
There is quite a bit of jewelry here.
Oh.
stolen jewelry.
Oh.
It would be, yes.
Wouldn't it be funny if we didn't take it?
We found it.
You can see Yuga like eyeing it and kind of like twitching as if he actually secretly has some kind of urges but also has a lot of self-control.
I'm gonna poke him.
No?
Hey,
No?
you good? No?
Mm.
You're kind of like standing there, wide-eyed.
I would like to leave now.
Yeah, let's go.
All right,
Let's-
but after all that, I think it's a good time to end tonight's session.
Sounds wonderful.
But yes, thank you all for watching. I know there's actually been quite a few people here. I think it's better for this to be on YouTube, so people can find it easily, actually, because most people know me from the YouTube channel. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please, I don't know, leave a like or something. I don't know how it works on YouTube, but follow the channel if you aren't already. And there's plenty more to come. I think automatically it'll be up. I just need to give it a new thumbnail, which is a lot better than it was before, having to download it and all that shit. But this is the new home of the Season of Ghosts campaign and any future campaign. That's where it's going to be. I have just released, however, the new Season of Ghosts supplemental map pack. You didn't see any of them today because this is the regular Foundry version, which they do an amazing job of, honestly. But certainly might see a few extra maps that I, well, added just like I did for Kingmaker and Outlaws. So, if you guys enjoy the show, maybe enjoy the maps if you want to run the campaign yourself. Either way. Chris, you stream over on Twitch.
I do. Hi there. I am Chris Coble, the player of Yuga, and I stream on Twitch at Twitch TV Chris Coble on Wednesdays and Saturdays, 6 to 10 p.m. Central. I do a lot of indie games, puzzle games, and retro stuff. Come by sometime. It'll be a lot of fun.
I'm also, I've separated out my streaming, so my
And other Aeon stuff goes on Twitch still. But that's more separate from what I do now over here. That being said, if you want to find me, you probably can. Same name, Aeon. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the session today. We'll be back next week. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye bye.